Hey guys, it's a girl Flo and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a minute, but don't worry, soon I'm working on trying to make sure that I give you guys videos back to back, especially more informative content that you can use to help grow your business. Now, if you check some of my videos from months back, like 3, 4 months, 5 months back, you see crop tops, this type of crop tops. Yeah, yes. This type of crop tops, this type of crop tops, yes. And a lot of you have been asking me, oh, where do you get these crop tops from? Where do you get them from? Where can I buy them in China? And all of that. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the business of selling these beautiful crop tops, where exactly you can get them from, and how to get started with this business. So if you're interested in buying this type of crop tops, you want to watch this video. In fact, this is a video that you don't want to miss watching, because I'm going to break down everything I've learned from selling this type of crop tops. Everything, I mean everything I've learned, where to source them, the suppliers, where I buy them, how much they are, pricing, shipping, everything that you need to know selling this type of crop tops. So stay tuned and keep watching. Now, these crop tops, when I started selling them, how it all started was that I was glancing through Instagram and I was trying to get inspiration for the kind of content I want to create. And fortunately, I came across a page, and the page was showcasing suppliers in a particular country. And I've never heard of people buying wholesale from there, but no, I know that I've met a lot of people from that country, and most of them, they come to China and they don't really buy the regular things people buy, because I had there's an importation ban, like restriction, not ban, in their country. And so I was like, okay, let me look up this country. So I just started looking at it, and I got so interested in Portuguese and all of that. So I decided to, and then I came across the crop tops. So when I came across these crop tops in that country, I'm going to tell you guys the country later. When I came across these crop tops, I loved the crop tops. Like, they were so beautiful, colorful, and especially black girls, these are the type of things that people like to wear to parties. Like, trust me, if you have the shape, the feel to wear the crop tops, they look so amazing. So when I saw them, I was like, oh, my girls would definitely like this thing. So what I did was I went around and I showed a lot of Chinese factories, like samples of the crop tops. But guys, you won't believe, I couldn't find one factory or even a wholesaler of these crop tops in China. So my assumption was that the people who were selling these crop tops, they were mostly wholesalers actually from that country. They were making it in China. But unfortunately, I noticed that none of them were making these crop tops in China. In fact, they were making it in their own country, which is crazy, right? Like, it was really, really crazy. I couldn't believe there was something that Chinese people were not even making yet. Now, the only types of crop tops, like, they're bralettes. They call them bralettes too. Crop tops, bralettes. The only type of bralettes, crop tops that I could see was this type, which is the denim one, and also all of their colorful ones, the ones that are stone beaded. I've sold a lot of those ones in the past, back in the day. All those ones were the ones that were very common in China. So when I found these crop tops, I decided to take a sample of it and then send it to the China factories to see if they can produce it for me. Because by the time I posted it on my business pages, a lot of people were demanding for it, right? But what happened was that when I gave it to the Chinese factories, that's the people that I know who make bralettes like this or crop tops like this, none of them could even make it. They were like, oh, they couldn't, they know how to make it, but the fabric was the issue. Because if you look at this fabric, is elastic, but the problem is that it's not very elastic. So the fabric is not available in China, and it's a unique fabric actually that is unique to that country. And the fabric is not available in China at that time, or it's not like China can't produce it, just that they don't know. They need to know, like, have a sample of the fabric to get the composition and all of that, and then they'll be able to make it. It's a very simple design. It's a basic stuff. It's just similar to what I'm buying in China, right? But the problem is they needed to know the composition of the fabric in order to be able to make the fabric and then produce it. So what I did was I went through all the Instagram pages, the wholesalers that make the fabric, and then communication was a problem. Guess what? Because the fabric and the clothes, that's this bralette, are bought from Brazil. Crazy, right? And then I started doing research. I did a deep vibe. I was doing like a whole lot of deep vibe into Brazil, and then I realized that there is a very huge wholesale market in Sao Paulo that we don't even know about. That a lot of us are not. That's not really well known, except people from that area, and especially people from the US. A lot of them know about the Sao Paulo market, and they have very beautiful stuff, very beautiful stuff. I started doing more research. I noticed there are a lot of pages on Instagram that showcase wholesale suppliers in Sao Paulo. So, and then I came across some of the pages where they showcased the suppliers that make these bralets. And I was searching on Google, of course. First and foremost, communication was a very big problem. Like, it was so big, like, I couldn't find anybody who could speak English among all the suppliers or factories. Yes, they make these crop tops in Brazil. The very big wholesale market there, they make them themselves and then they resell it. In fact, I think they sell it to a whole lot of other countries, but some people don't really know about it. I've not really seen it in the US or any other place though, but I know that they export to other countries too. But the pricing might be an issue. That's why it's not really like, very common yet. And the language communication, not everybody is able to communicate in Portuguese in order to buy these crop tops. So I had to start digging, and then I had to start calling my contacts and everybody, asking for information on how I can get someone who can speak Portuguese and help me talk to these factories in Brazil for this crop top, because the demand was crazy. I just knew it was going to be a fire bestseller. After like a month or two of searching, I found a particular guy who knows Sao Paulo very well and knows the market, and then he was the one who helped me to get some, because all I needed was a sample and the fabric, and I know that my people in China can make it, right? So we talked for months and all of that, and eventually sent him money for samples, because I just wanted a sample of the fabric in order to mass produce it. Not mass production, like custom production, right? Because mass production, I think people have this negative impression about mass production, and that was how we, got started. And I have some of the vendors, I talked to them, I had to translate to Portuguese, talk to them, okay, I want this one, I want this one. And one thing I noticed in the pictures that I was seeing on their Instagram pages was that they had different fabrics. Now, if you look at this particular one, it doesn't stretch. Like, there's no stretch. You understand? At all. There's no stretch in it. But if you look at this particular one, it stretches a bit, and this particular one. Luckily, this type of clothes, they have them, you can make the pants, they have the shorts, and then they have the bralets. My goodness, I'm going to give you guys the suppliers in this video, but you need to go check out these Instagram pages. The way this girl styled the pictures, the videos, especially the ones that use models to showcase it, I love it. And honestly, this is a very cool business that you can start if you have the capital. It's capital intensive, but it's a business that you would definitely do well with. So that was how I procured the samples, and then I took it to China. And I'm going to give you guys the backstory of what happened in China. But first of all, I just want to talk about, if you want to source this stuff from Brazil, what you need to know. First, the pricing. The prices are between about $6, $7, $8 per piece. Now, if you live somewhere in Africa, shipping is usually the issue. I don't know if it's like $6 is cheap, but usually these bralets are between $6 to $8 or $6 to $9 thereabout. Some of them are way cheaper, especially when they have like sales, discounts, and the rest. So for the prices, that's it. In general, for the supplies I'm giving you guys in these videos, this is how they sell these tops. Now for the shipping, this was one of the major challenges why I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this stuff in China instead of buying from Brazil or doing custom production. There are not a lot of shipping companies in Brazil that serve the international market. So the only options mostly that you would have is UPS, FedEx, DHL, and the rest. Honestly, it's just very few of them that serve, in China, the way you have specialized, localized shipping companies that they're not like DHL or FedEx couriers. They ship directly to African market and the rest, or even the US and other locations. Brazil, I couldn't find anything like that. Perhaps you guys can go do your research and come give me the info. But I did my research and I was not able to find any shipping company who could help me ship my bralette samples to China, or even just send it to Nigeria or even the US, and I'll find a way to get it in China, right? I tried to ship to Nigeria. They said it must be UPS and the rest. I tried to ship to the US. Nothing. I tried to ship to China. That was even China. That was even worse. So at the end of the day, I had to use UPS. And how did I do it? I shipped from UPS to, was it USPS or DHL? I don't even remember, but one of those big couriers though. So I shipped from UPS to the US, and then from US to China. And that was how I was able to get these bralettes shipped down to China for me to see the exact fabric that is being used by these Brazilian factories. And then, so what I noticed with it is that they had like different fabric types. There's even this particular one. So you just need to know the various fabric types. I prefer you use the stretchy one. In fact, the best I will tell you is this one. It's thick and it's elastic. So if you are doing custom production, you can tell them to even modify the fabric further for you. So it's very thick and it's elastic. And this one too is a little bit thick, but it's way stretchy. Please, especially if you have plus size customers, avoid this one. This one doesn't even stretch at all. Like, it's just like regular fabric. So you need to have that in mind. So that was how I was able to get these fabrics, to these samples to China. And then I got to talking with the Chinese factories. And then what I got to notice is that for the Chinese factories to produce the crop tops for you, you have to make, I think they told me 200 to 300 pieces per color. So let's say you have this design. This one, when I bought it in 5 different colors. I've sold all the rest because I used it to do samples, and I've sold every other thing already. I bought in 5 different colors, pink and the rest. And I made the samples too in all those colors. I think I made it in 3 colors or so, and I sold all of them. I made the samples and the production in those colors. Now this one comes in different patterns. So if you want to make one color of this, you have to do it in 200 pieces or 100 pieces. And they were charging me about 30 RMB or 35 RMB per piece. So this is a lucrative business, but it's capital intensive. Now, the Brazilian factories, if you're buying from Brazil directly, this is how it works, in the sense that they will tell you have to buy a minimum of 10. And the 10 is a mixture of different colors, different fabrics. That was how I was able to even get a lot of some, because I bought different colors, different fabric types, different designs of the clothes, right? And then I mixed everything as a 10. So the MOQ is very low, but it has to be minimum of 10. And it's at the same price, which is like $6-7 thereabouts. So if you're buying from Brazil, you can buy a minimum of 10 different designs. But one thing about that mixture is that they will tell you it's ML. It's actually one size. Like, it's just small cups like this. So they have the plus size one. The plus size and the cup is also small. So there's not really like a size distinction. It's just like this one. Like, they have SM. Honestly, Brazilian size was confusing. My head was like... I was just confused because of the language maybe. But they have XML. You just need to make sure that you confirm very well what size they are giving to you. Like, this one says it's an M, and this is what the M cup looks like, right? See, this is an M cup. Then let me see if there's any other one. This one, if there's any other size I have here. This is also an M, I think. This is an M too. So all I got was all M. I didn't even see one L to see what it's like. That's the thing. So if you're buying the 10 pieces MOQ, they will just mix everything, all the sizes. You might not even see an S or an L there. And I feel like they run small, but this one doesn't run small. This one fits perfectly. I'm going to show you like my model who wore like the clothes. You can see how it looks on her. They were so beautiful. They were like, the pictures, the videos, everything were very beautiful. They're colorful. This bralettes sell very well. In fact, this is a business that I would gladly do, but I have other plans for you guys. That's why I'm not trying to do too many business. I want to stay focused on helping you guys. So this is a business I will gladly do, and if you have the capital, I can guide you and coach you on how to get started in my one-on-one class. This is a very cool business. A lot of black girls love it. I tried to sell this on TikTok shop. It was like people were looking for it. The only problem was sizes, because I didn't have like enough size. I already sold out all the ones that I made. So if you're buying from Brazil, that's the price. Shipping, you have to figure out how you want to do the shipping. It's really very complicated. That's just it. Communication is also a problem. You have to translate to Portuguese and then do it. Translate to Portuguese, and then you would now like send the messages to the suppliers. So let's go to the suppliers in Brazil. I'll talk about the Chinese suppliers willing to do the production in the next video, that can do the production and the rest. But in this video, I'm just going to talk about Brazil. The first supplier I'm going to be giving to you guys in Brazil, I'm going to come to the China suppliers later in another video. Now, this supplier is called whatever JM, and they sell like all those bralettes. Then they also sell the shorts of those crop tops. Mostly their own patterns are plain, or they have like a variety anyway. You can just go check their Instagram page. They're on WhatsApp. You see right there in their Insta bio. And they have like beautiful stuff. Now let me give you guys some trick. What I had. I was like, okay, if I can't buy these tops, imagine using fabrics, like local fabrics, like African fabrics, to make this bralette and shorts, or bralette and a mini skirt. So you guys need to be creative. So this is also another, just imagine the concept. Ankara fabric, or even like local fabrics, other type of fabrics. Those who are real fashion designers, you guys can figure that out. So imagine using Ankara fabric to make this, and then a very nice short matched with it, and just say that's your full-time business. Isn't that cool? Like, it's gonna sell, because a lot of people would even come to buy from you. So you guys think. So that's the first supplier that I'm giving to you guys. The supplier's name is Eva JM on Instagram. So you can go check the supplier out. He or she sells this type of crop tops, and they're really good. You will need an agent, trust me, you need an agent. Unfortunately, the guy who used to help me buy this stuff, like back then, I don't think he does agents work. So just do your research, you'll be able to find someone who's available to help you guys. So the second supplier is this particular supplier called RJ Models. That's this particular supplier, and they also have this kind of beautiful crop tops, and you can go check them out on Instagram, communicate with them, and you can be able to get these crop tops down to you. If you're in the US, it's way easier to ship these crop tops to yourself. The next supplier that I found, that in fact I bought a lot from samples like back in the day, was Lemodas. Now this one is very popular. Like most of these suppliers, this is their only business. Like for them to say crop tops is basically their main business, that means they're making a lot of money from it. And honestly, these tops are very beautiful. So this is a cool business to start wherever you are. And you can go to their page, these Lemodas. They have very beautiful crop tops. I think they sell it for 30 of their Portuguese money, 35 like that. And you see a lot of their models wearing it. You can see, like, I actually love most of their crop tops. I bought a lot of these designs you're seeing here, samples from them back in the day. So you can go check them out as well. Now, next on the list is Lani Store. Lani Store. This person also have a lot of very beautiful crop tops too that you would really like, and they're bralette crop tops, right? Yes. So you can go check this particular one out. So this one too but this one doesn't have so much patterns. Lemodas has a lot of patterns, but that's my number one. If you want to find nice patterns, go check out Lemodas. And then the next supplier I was checking out back in the day too, but I didn't buy anything from, is this particular one, Status da Moda. They have things, they say they sell wholesale, but I'm not really sure I'm seeing anything really captivating there. Lemodas was my go-to because I loved all the patterns that I was seeing. They also have like a lot of, plain patterns too. So guys, these are the suppliers. I'm going to add more suppliers to the list, but these ones are the ones that their items really, caught my attention. There's another particular supplier called Ematios also has nice crop tops and stuff too. So you can go check that one too out as well. They have like their store. They will showcase all the beautiful stuffs they are selling and the rest on Instagram. They create really nice content, and the prices are fair depending on where you live and how to get it down to you. These are the places where I bought those crop tops from back in the day, the samples. Now, the reason why I would say buy from Brazil, the benefit of buying from Brazil is because the MOQ is low compared to China. If you want to do custom production of this in China, they will tell you maybe like 100 pieces, 200 pieces, just one pattern. So if it's something, a business that you're interested in and you want to really go into it and say, okay, this is my business, like the way this the Brazilian people did, that's their business, or they sell crop tops and the shorts, then it's worth it. You start making it in China. But if you just want to buy a few pieces to test it out, just start with the Brazilian ones, and then you can now start making yours in China. I have factories that can actually make this for you guys, and I'm going to talk about it in my next video, the factories in China. But guys, I just unveiled my secret, giving you guys a business idea. I sold this on TikTok shop and everything was sold out. The only reason why this one's alive because the sizes are so small. They are very small. Look at the cup, like it's so small, like, and I actually wanted to keep some pieces because I wasn't continuing with the business. I had other things I wanted to focus on. I didn't want to be spreading my seeds everywhere, so I kept the samples for a day like this to show you guys. If you guys want the actual manufacturers, like people who can produce it in China, then leave a message for me in the comment section that I want that information, and I'm gonna do my next video centered on the suppliers or the factories that can actually do it for your custom production. Honestly, this is a very cool business idea. Here's how I would go about it if I'm gonna like go back to this business one day. I don't think so. I would make this in China, and then I'll group them into pack of 6. So let's say, or even pack of 10 in different sizes. So S, M, L, XL or something like that. And then it will be 2 per size. And so if I make 100 pieces of this one, I just need to sell to 10 people and 100 pieces is done. Why? Because they'll be cheap, right? I'll make them for maybe 30 RMB, 25 RMB, and I'll be able to sell them for maybe like 45 or so, depending on, you know, I don't know, depends on you guys. So I'll group them into 10 per pack and sell it to 10 people, and 100 is done already. Same thing, because it's unique, and you can decide to create your own patterns of fabrics for this. You can give the Chinese factory your own unique pattern, and they'll come up with the fabric pattern for you in the type of fabric that you actually want. The name of this fabric is called the name of the fabric is 78%. The mixture of the fabric, composition of fabric is 78% viscose and 18% polyamide, then 4% elastano. So you really need to send this fabric to a factory in China so that they'll be able to know, okay, this is the composition. Luckily, I have the samples in China already, so if you're interested in this kind of business, I can help you out, definitely. This is a cool business. Go to my comment section. Every video, people are like, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. In fact, the main reason I decided to do this video because someone like commented recently and people keep asking for the tops, and I'm like, I don't have it anymore, and I don't plan to do this business. I can't do every business, you understand? There's so many business ideas, so I'm just going to be sharing with you guys. If you guys want to jump on it, I'll be very happy that one person from my channel is doing that particular business and killing it, making a lot of profit. So guys, that's it for this video. I'm so glad I was able to come back to help you guys, give you guys another information, and I'm really glad that you guys are joining me. If you like the content that I share on this channel, please do me a favor, like, share, and please subscribe, and I'll be doing more videos soon, definitely. Like, I'm really listening to the comment section. I know what you guys need, and I'm working on it. Bye, take care.